Hi everyone, you alright? A big massive shout out to all those out there doing videos. Sorry for the past 3 days or so. A situation in my family's popped up, and we're having to sort it out and everything. And I just hope everybody's having a great day. And yeah, I just been looking at a few videos today. Old Blackpool biker. It looks like that ambassador retaining wall is almost finished, and the Rutland is gonna be have a new retaining wall. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good. There's also been a notification on what was it? Blackpool's new post office. That's going to be going up very soon. In the same area as the town hall, because there's a couple of empty units underneath. So what they're going to do is going to let the post office take those, and yeah, that should be good. Also, I've been hearing that Central Drive, Central Drive, they're going to tell all the businesses on there that they must replace their frontages and clean the frontages up because of the new development across the road. For what I've been hearing, the joke shop and fancy dress shop is going to actually disappear because they're going to bulldoze that, and they're going to, I think they're going to go up as far as they're going to get rid of quite a fair bit of that. But I think the building just before the King Edward VIII, all that area, I think there's a building just before it. From that certain building, past the joke shop and that is all going to be cleared away for this new development. But the major news is that the shops on Central Drive are going to have to be done up. All the fronts and everything, new outer facade and everything, because they don't want it to look scruffy or anything like that. Because, as I said, when this new development comes into play, well, Bonny Street Market's going to have to move, and they're looking for somewhere to put that. If it does stay there, it's going to have to be cleaned up quite a fair bit. What they could do is actually move the stalls from Bonny Street Market and maybe put it in the old Debenhams building. Have an indoor market and put Bonny Street inside the old Debenhams building. It's an idea that they could float, and the council will have a bit more control of what goes on there, because I've been on there a few times, and there's quite a few dubious stalls on there, which I wouldn't really want on my market. If I owned a market, I wouldn't want them on there. And yeah, also, what I've got to say is some of the arcade owners in Blackpool, there are quite a few arcades in Blackpool, which I am sorry to say really need attention, shall we say, because a lot of them don't come up to Equality Act. They don't come up to Equality Act standards for access, and a lot of them look really scruffy, and they really do need attention, repaint, and general maintenance of, say, the guttering, and the fit and finish, and the whole look of the actual premises, because a lot of them are rather scruffy, and you know you don't want that, especially the toilets on North Pier. They're an absolute mess. Last time I went in there, it was awful, absolutely awful. The people who run that pier ought to be ashamed, because broken, and I think there was a bowling, two lane bowling thing, and the thing was absolutely buggered, it were, and it needed replacing, and it was a bit of a mess. A lot of the attractions in Blackpool really need some TLC, and if they think holidaymakers are going to come there and in the state that they're in, well, I'm sorry guys, but you got another thing coming. Central Pier, Beyond the Edge, did a video of them doing the ops cabin. So did PT Vlogs. He did a video on it where they were taking the cash cabin out because of the fire and everything, starting to clear the place, maybe, and changing some of the flooring that the ride was on, and basically doing some basic maintenance to the pier of where the ride was, because if you don't do any such maintenance of the pier like that, it'll just drop straight through into the damn sea, and you don't want that. You don't want to be on Walser and all of a sudden part of Walser goes through the floor, and then in the next minute you're getting a gob full of Irish Sea. No, you don't want that. What else was there? Yeah, a lot of the older hotels, especially hotels on the seafront, owned by a certain company beginning with B, and they own Pontins. And one of the ideas that was floated is that they bring back the holiday camps. I know that Pontyns Blackpool has been reused for a housing estate, but it would be nice and it would be good to have those two types of resorts to return to the town, because that would be a good source of employment for all year round. Majority of the hotels are very seasonal, but one of the major things I'd like to see is I'd like to see the holiday camp at Southport closed. To be truthful, it's a dump really, and I've also they've been getting a lot of bad publicity at the moment, or Pontins, because they're what they called a name blacklist to stop travellers families from booking chalets there, because one of the things that they've been having is that some of these traveller families have been coming on booking chalets and everything, and when before they leave they end up trashing the place. So Pontins are taking action against them by not having them stay there or anything, which is pretty bad really. It's sort of form of discrimination, but if these people turn up and they start smashing the place up, it's they've got the right to do that. The type of people they get in, because I went to Pontins once and had a look round the place, and to be truthful, the type of camp that they have, it's rather crappy. It's rather crappy. The Blue Coats do the best they can and everything, keeping the family, especially keeping the kids entertained, but which is quite difficult in some situations, because it's not just the kids that are a problem; it's the adults that become a problem. If you get a video, you get them people coming in and how can I put this politely, making a scene of themselves, because they drink too much and everything. It showed on YouTube a family, and they had the kids. They had the kids with them, and there was this couple, and they didn't have any kids. They just come there to get absolutely sozzled, and one of them was she fell over because she was that drunk, and the security came up, and they ended up getting arrested because they were so drunk and disorderly and everything, that the police ended up taking. Yeah, they spent the night in the local police station, in the cell, till they sobered up. And Pontins is always like that. There's always really unsavoury people going there because it's not. You don't get that at Butlins. Oh no, you don't get that at Butlins at all. You know, it used to be like that, but Butlins turned round and started putting, stricter rules about how to behave on the camp and everything. And because you've got kids walking around, and it's not really that brilliant. Totally inebriated people going, walking around, urinating in public. It's not good. Not good at all. So, But back to Blackpool. What Blackpool also really needs is something called a resort hotel. That's what the town needs. Resort hotels, really good entertainment and everything. And Robbie Williams wanted to buy a Blackpool Pleasure Beach. He approached Amanda Thompson and said, "How much?" But it was the amount that he offered. Amanda Thompson said, "No, I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it." Because if Mr. Williams, puts the, I don't know, buy Central Pier somewhere. Robbie, if you're out there, buy Central Pier and put some shows on the Central Pier. Something decent for a change, Not let the yesteryear artists go to Viva buy, or the Blackpool Theatres, one of the other Blackpool theatres, and do it that way. Get them to do the shows on other places, because Blackpool really needs tidying up. As I say, a lot of places don't come up to Equality Act standards at all, and it could really do with a really good clean, because a lot of Blackpool, it's an absolute dump. Who was it? Take a walk on the wild side. There are a lot of places in Blackpool you wouldn't want to take your kids, I tell you. Just wouldn't. Even during the daytime. So I'm going to bugger off now. And I just hope everybody's okay. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, please do so. And hopefully tomorrow we should have a video. As I said, I've had a lot of things going on domestically, so hopefully we'll get some videos for tomorrow, and should be a good one. And as I said to everybody, keep safe. And if you get an appointment for a jab, and you get a time to go, please go, because if you don't turn up, that's somebody else could have, ring them up and tell them no, not coming, and that that spot can be given to somebody else. So think about that, everybody. Be, you know, because, it costs the NHS for, I think it was £150 for each appointment that people miss. Yeah, we'll see what happens. As I said before, keep safe, and if you get the chance of getting a vaccination, take it, and go along and, get it done. And then it's out the way. Well, I'm going to bugger off now. 3, 2, 1, click. Before I go, like and subscribe. Bye for now.